it was cool. I grew up an athlete, so I never would have thought in a million years I'd be playing music. It was funny because growing up and coming, everybody, when I was growing up, it was all my friends started getting into the grunge, kind of alternative music scene. But my mom grew up on Earth, Wind & Fire, so I was hearing Earth, Wind & Fire records around the house, and my dad was James Brown. So I was hearing kind of both of those, which is kind of where my style came from, I guess. I think one of my best qualities is that I don't take myself too serious. If something, I never get too high or too low. So even when The Voice was happening, and walking around airports and getting recognized, and I was wearing sweatpants, backwards hat, and I couldn't care less. It's, oh wow, cool, you like what I do? Oh wow, and it was almost just a game to me. It's like, really? And I'd call my wife, hey, somebody just said they love this and that. And she was like, yeah, I know, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna start getting that. I'm just like, nah, I'm just a kid from coming, So I think that's a good thing, and hopefully the industry has room for personalities like that, because it seems to be nowadays, bigger the better, and all this swagalicious stuff, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just not me. That's just not me at all. I think money as a whole. I'm one of the opposites. Whenever, a lot of times you got people in this business, and if they have even the slightest little ounce of success, it's okay, I'm gonna get a new car, we gotta go upgrade this. I'm the opposite. I'm a saver. So even my wife says, no, you deserve that, you need that, go buy that. So I'm always a saver. So honestly, I've always said, and I would love to prove it someday, if it ever happens, whatever it is, and there's lots of money coming in, blah, blah, I really would still be driving my Prius. I just don't think that would ever change. I really don't. Yeah, The Voice was unbelievable. It really was. Truthfully, I didn't want to do it at first. I'm not a big reality TV show kind of guy, and I had this fear of people, me doing the show, and people just assuming that I just, stood in line for 8 hours. I've never sung a song in my life, and then you go on TV, and then you're a star, quote unquote. I take pride in the fact that I've paid a lot of dues, and I've been on the road since I was 20 years old, and I've had years where I've played 300 shows a year all over from literally all over the world. So I didn't want to be associated with the overnight success, so to speak. I like to think I did it the organic way. But as a whole, the show was great. Working with Adam Levine, or worked with Robin Thicke, it was incredible. And I think what I took away most was just hearing compliments from those people, and just knowing that it was almost reassurance, like, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this. It was really cool. I just remember Robin was really cool, and as soon as we rehearsed one of my tunes, we were standing around a piano just like this, and I'm leaning on this side of it, he's standing on this side of it, and I just started singing. He was like, oh, whoa, sounds great, bro. It's okay, yeah, I see what we're working with now. I was like, okay, now I'm not so nervous, And it's almost in moments like that where we really get to be musical and work together, then all the 30 plus cameras just kind of go away. And it was funny because in the interviews, very similar to this with NBC, they're always, this is dramatic, they want you to get all emotional. So what would happen if you don't? And I'm like, I'd go home, do what I've been doing for 10 years. And of course, that's not the answer they want to hear. They want it to be all dramatic, So as a whole, NBC might not have liked me too much because I was just me. I wasn't coming across with these crazy family stories and this and that. I was like, no, I'm a small town guy from Cumming, Georgia. I've been doing what I loved. I've been so blessed to do what I love to do for this many years, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. And that's really, I wish I had a cool story for them, or maybe I should have made something up for TV, but yeah, it's just not my personality. Yeah. I wish there was some formula as far as, okay, when I sit down to write a tune, I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna start there. And honestly, I don't write, I have my own publishing company now, but being a writer, I don't write as much as I probably should. But that's because just the way my brain works, I can't really force myself to sit down and, okay, I'm gonna write a song today. It just has to come to me. I've got to be inspired, whether it be with family and my wife, or just previous experiences. I just really want to be inspired. And sometimes my best songs come out in 10 minutes, and then some of them take weeks and months. It just really depends. I guess the songwriter's dream would be to come up with some sort of formula for that and making a great song. I guess it's still, we're all still kind of guessing about that. Ryan Kilgore. My buddy Ryan Kilgore also plays saxophone with me. He's been on the road with Stevie Wonder for 6 years. Ryan's phenomenal. Ryan's one of those guys, whenever he plays, he literally stops the show. He played at my CD release party, and we gave him this really long solo, and it turned out the band just kind of walked aside, and everybody was just staring at Ryan. He just gets lost in the way he plays, and I love that. I feed off of him so much when I play with Ryan. I think, the most challenging thing for me and for any artist really is just to kind of get people's attention, to be honest. I am so guilty of this too, but it just seems like in today's world, yes, we have the internet, social media, it's almost easier for people to hear about you and hear you, but with that said, there's so many other options. So it's a matter of just getting someone's attention for 5-10 seconds just to even sit down and say, play, I want to hear who this or what this guy's got. So I just feel like artists nowadays, yes, we have more outlets, but there's so many more of us. So it's almost like we have to get people's attention one way or another. And I'm so guilty of it too. If someone sends me new music, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have to listen to that sometime. We all get busy, life starts happening, and we just never listen. So I just think it's a challenge for any artist nowadays to tastefully get people's attention.
Oh, you're not twerking?
No, I'm not. I was gonna do that part of the show tonight. We'll see. That'll get people's attention, I guess. And what's funny is,
give us a twerk.
Yeah, I wish I could. No, the whole twerking thing or whatever it's called. Hey, I guess I can't really hate on it. It's not my taste, but we have to. It's almost like fame and infamy is kind of the same thing now, which is kind of unfortunate. But hey, they've got a few more commas in their checks than I do, so I can't really say too much.
Easy come, easy go, that's just how you live. Oh, take it all, but you never give. You should have known you was trouble from the first kiss. Had your eyes wide open, why were they open? Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. Tossed it in the trash, you did. And to give me all your love is all I ever asked. But what you don't understand is I catch a grenade for you. Threw my hand on a blade for you. I jump in front of a train for you. You know I'd do anything for you. Listen, babe, I would go through all this pain. Take a bullet straight through my brain, yeah. Yes, I would die for you, baby. But you won't do the same. Black and blue, you beat me till I'm numb. Said the devil, I said, hey, when you get back to where you're from, you're mad woman, that's just what you are. Yeah, you're smiling in my face, then ripped the brakes out of my car. Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. Tossed it in the trash as you did. And to give me all your love is all I ever asked. But what you don't understand is I catch you from me. From jump in front of a train, oh yeah. You know I'd do anything for you, yeah. Yes I would go through all this pain, take a bullet straight through my brain, yeah. Yes I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. My body was on fire. Oh, you'd watch me burn down in flames. You said you loved me, you're a liar, 'cause you never, ever, ever did, baby. Jump in front of the train for you. You know I'd do anything for you, baby. Yes, I would. I would go through all this pain, take a bullet straight through my brain. I would die for you, baby, yeah. But you won't do the same, no.
Kilgore, y'all. Hey, don't think about him another time around. Hey, I'm just gonna let you solo, man.